What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Happy New Year's to everyone. I hope you had a great night last night. I hope you're not too hungover. And incidentally, if you missed yesterday's video, we talked about the subject of negative opinions floating around in the media before a film is released, not letting that shape your own opinion, still being able to go into things with an open mind in 2025. Well, as it turns out, you guys might remember a week or two ago when the huge news was that Chris Evans was returning for the upcoming Avengers Doomsday, and people wanted to make more out of this than it was, saying that Anthony Mackie was extremely pissed off that Chris Evans was returning when he hasn't even had his Captain America movie. Make matters worse, it's just about to come out, and here Marvel is undercutting him by saying the original Captain America, Chris Evans, is returning. Now, it seems like a lot of places those headlines poked up, they were basically op-eds or opinion-based writing, which is fine, everyone's entitled to their own opinion, but there was no actual reporting, no industry insider report, or even a quote from Anthony Mackie that indicated he was mad about Chris Evans returning. One step further, if you remember, Chris Evans is the one who encouraged him to play Falcon and tried to bring him into the MCU. And to also be fair, I don't think there's many people, including the actors themselves, who didn't think everybody wasn't coming back for Avengers Secret Wars. I mean, it's pretty clear what the plan has been. I think it's safe to assume at this point, all the OG Avengers are going to show up in some form or fashion. But let's take that one step further today, where at a recent Comic-Con, Sebastian Stan, that's right, Bucky Barnes himself, implied he might be Captain America as well, and soon. We're going to talk about his exact quote, and in the context, of course, of the fact that Captain America 4 drops in less than 2 months, what it really all means for the future of the MCU, and who might carry that Captain America shield into Phase 7. We're breaking it all down, the latest quote from Sebastian Stan that he might be Captain America in the future, but first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do, so if you're into that kind of thing, hit the sub button, leave a comment down below. That automatically enters you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. If you want, stick around at the end of the video, we get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so this happened just days ago at a Comic-Con in Tokyo where Sebastian Stan was actually a presenter for a panel. Now, of course, as is the case for most of these Marvel actors when they're live doing anything, he was fielding questions and people started asking about the MCU, the fact he didn't become Bucky, what his future might look like, and he said, "I'm not Captain America yet," which is obviously implying that he will be Captain America and sometime soon. Now, obviously, there are going to be those who said the same thing about Chris Evans, that this is just yet again undercutting the brand new Captain America movie coming out with Anthony Mackie. But let's be reasonable here. Every single time Falcon has shown up in the MCU, maybe outside of that Ant-Man scene, Bucky Barnes has also been there too, including Falcon in the Winter Soldier, not to mention the fact that Bucky's got his own movie coming out in the Thunderbolts, where we assume he'll either be the lead or the co-lead with Yelena Belova. So I don't think this has anything to do with undercutting the Captain America mantle at all. There were also people who were wondering if this meant he was going to take the mantle from Sam when Sam was done after the end of the Multiverse Saga and possibly become our Phase 7 Captain America going forward. A, I would love that. B, I don't see there's any reason why that wouldn't be the case, and I do assume we're going to get a quote-unquote new Captain America in Phase 7 as well. It just seems extremely logical that the reshaping of the multiverse at the end of the Multiverse Saga is going to offer Marvel Studios a very unique and maybe last opportunity to reboot or soft reboot any characters, meaning you're not going to wipe everyone. Our new Fantastic Four, some of the characters we've just recently met, Ms. Marvel, they're going to stick around, but other characters that haven't been around for a while, say like Captain America and Iron Man, even though we may see variants of them in the upcoming 2 Avengers movies, might have a chance to be recast. In that case, Bucky Barnes could be our new Captain America. Again, I don't see any reason why that couldn't happen. He was Captain America first in the comics before it passes to Sam. Obviously, the movies did it a little different, and as Sebastian Stan has explained in interviews, so have the writers, you can't really give him the shield when he's an international war criminal, even though it looks like now he's going to be a member of Congress, so maybe that could have happened, but it works out the way it did, and here we are with Captain America 4 Brave New World. Now, going on from that, while this all seems good and well, I think there's a lot more logical explanation here, and it's right in front of us, that he may be a multiversal variant of Captain America instead of Bucky Barnes. It's super simple. Yeah, you can go and speculate that maybe Sam Wilson's going to die in one of the Avengers movies, and I do suspect there are going to be high-stakes deaths in both of these films, because again, for the on-ramp, off-ramp, if someone wants out of the MCU or is ending their contract or tenure, this is a good time to basically get off the ride, get out of the machine as well. But I don't think it necessarily means that Sam Wilson's Cap dies. Although I will say this, it would be a little weird to have two separate Captain Americas in the MCU, and so you can probably craft a theory here that looks like Sam Wilson goes and then the shield passes on to Bucky. But there's no telling what Marvel Studios may choose to do, and I think it's also just as likely that, again, for characters like Iron Man, Hulk, OG Avengers, that this may be their last outing, that they do recasting, because guys, we're going on past 20 years from some of those original movies. At some point, it was bound to happen, and I think it's very safe and logical to assume this may be that time. Now, one other comment I want to make about this as far as a Captain America Bucky Barnes variant in the MCU, and when it comes to variants showing up, Jonathan Hickman's 2015 run really focused on two prime timelines going against each other. And I think what might happen here, if one of those timelines happened to be that Beast timeline where Monica Rambeau is right now, again, just following logic, it's one of the main timelines that one of our 616 characters is still in, and she'll be able to fill them in on what's going on with the characters and people in our timeline. So it's basically one good exposition dump for her, talking to Beast or Charles Xavier, fills that entire timeline, or at least the characters that matter in, about the 616. Pretty well set up, but let's be fair. These two timelines are most likely who are going to go against each other in some form of battle world. Hey, enemies become friends and then go against Doctor Doom. But in that timeline, you can use characters like variants that aren't the same, i.e. Bucky Barnes as their Captain America, and it can actually all have stakes when they come from the same place. So while it's not just random variants coming from across the multiverse, it's variants that all know and work together with each other, and then you can use that to do whatever you want instead of all of these one-offs. So when we hear about Chris Evans returning, and although I know the reports and rumors have heavily pointed to a Hydra Cap, we don't have any real basis to believe that. No real industry insider or reliable leak or scoop update has said, hey, it's definitely evil Avengers. This was just rumors we had in perpetual motion. People really took to it. Doesn't necessarily mean it's the case. And in the same way Bucky Barnes could be a multiversal Captain America coming from whatever that timeline is that Monica's in right now, Chris Evans could still be Captain America there as well. Guys, let me know all your thoughts down below, though. What do you want to have happen with Bucky, including not die at the end of Thunderbolts? And where do you think this goes from here in Phase 7? Is it a fresh recast, or does Bucky or someone else get the shield in the MCU? I'm all ears. Quickly with the giveaway stuff, guys, we are still giving away PS5s. We do so for every Marvel drop, both on Disney Plus and the films. Because this year, Marvel is dropping like 9 or 10 projects. We're basically going to be giving one away every month. All you got to do to be entered to win is be a sub, leave a comment on the video, and because it's truly random, the more videos you comment on, the better chance you have of winning. The next one will be for the finale of your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. My name's Michael Roman. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at I'mFires. Find me on all platforms with original music under the name All Fires. Hope the start to your 2025 is great. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.